So I decided to make a minimal spring wreath. Well, no, not that minimal, but something that didn't have too many colors, eggs, and different kinds of flowers. No offense to anyone who likes that. Come join me for a crafternoon where I'm making a spring wreath for the first time with no prior experience. I'm not sure if I like this. Do I start over from scratch? Oh dear. Let's not give up just yet. Whilst there were a few bumps on the way, I'm so pleased how it turns out, and unexpectedly, I got so much more out of this experience than just a pretty wreath. Whilst I'm shopping at IKEA for artificial flowers, let me share a little bit why I'm doing this in the first place. This year, I want to do more things that spark joy. I'm on a journey to rediscover the smaller things in life, because the small things are the big things. I always loved being creative as a child, but as a grown-up, it's hard to find the time to be creative. Making a spring wreath, it feels weird to prioritize this over the never-ending house chores and tasks. With this experience, I'm hoping to get into this amazing flow and find the joy in being creative again. So what you'll need is a wire ring, some floral wire, a scissor, Easter decorations, some greenery for the base, and of course flowers. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I'm really excited you're here. I'm very excited to make this spring wreath. It's the first time I'm doing anything like this, like making a spring wreath with artificial flowers, as well as filming myself whilst doing so. But I thought I'll just give it a go. Let's see how we get on. It might be a really long video, chatty kind of video. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but let's start with the wreath. So this is step one, very essential. I did make a Christmas wreath a few months ago, which was so lovely. Like, again, this was me doing something creative for the first time in years. It's organized by this really nice lady, and I remember using these little ones a lot just to keep everything in place. So obviously with a wreath you try to weave it through the circle, and again you can use these ones to keep them in place, but I have no idea how this is going to work out with artificial flowers. So now I just have to make a decision on what I'm going to use for my base. These ones. The whole idea is to have fun. So let's just trust the process that it's all gonna work out in the end. Yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how this is working out. This is really good tool. Didn't know I needed this before I started. Trying not to get frustrated. Come up, come up. Dutch for come on. Believe in yourself. And this is also a good exercise for me because, and for many people probably, if you want things to be perfect, well, then this is a good way to challenge yourself that things don't have to be perfect. Easier said than done. I'm trying not to come across too frustrated whilst I'm bending the leaves around this wreath. So far so good. This is really sturdy. I'm quite happy with this. I'm going to love it and I'm going to keep it. If this turns out well, I might actually ask some of my friends in Cardiff if they would be up for having a workshop where I'll buy all the supplies and where I can help them a little bit, and then we can do this together. Eat lots of chocolate Easter eggs. I should have some chocolate eggs. I should have bought some chocolate eggs for myself to enjoy whilst doing this. This is a beginner mistake. Okay, so this is my first base done. Obviously you can still see the metal ring, so I have to now layer it up with more greenery, and then hopefully bit by bit the ring will start to disappear. I think ideally your base is going to be much more extensive. You know what I'm thinking now? I should have used this as a base and just go around the metal string like so to cover up the whole metal bar. That could have been really nice. It's a little bit late now, unless I want to start from scratch, which I definitely don't want to. Let's not give up just yet. Yes, I can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around the circle. Okay, I'm feeling hopeful again. I have so many internal dialogues going on in my head. Like, oh no, you've ruined it. What are you doing? I think that's quite pretty. What I will do is I will finish off doing the same thing in the outer circle. I'm just gonna pause the camera for a bit and then I'll be back with you guys in 5 minutes. Otherwise, I have so much footage and I appreciate that this is a little bit boring to keep watching, looking at. All right, I'm back with some chocolate and some tea. So what we have here is two bases, two different types of greenery. You can still see the metal string a little bit, but I'm hoping it's gonna disappear, especially if you look from afar. Next up, I'm going to add a little bit more greenery. And then the fun part begins where we're gonna add some flowers and some Easter decoration. But first I'm gonna have a play around with adding this onto the wreath. So at this stage, I was gaining some confidence and I was able to get into a flow. Something I had been craving for such a long time. Obviously, making a wreath is a lot of work and this is more of a once in a half year kind of activity. But I started to think, what can I do in my daily or weekly life to get into this flow state? All right, so now I've added the third bit of greenery. I still have one left. I mean, I still have a little bit of this left too, which at some point I might use, but I think I'm quite happy with how this looks. Now I just have to decide what is going to be, which one is going to be facing up. I think this will be my up point. I can still see a little bit of the metal ring poking through. I think I'm going to add the flowers first and the Easter eggs, and then I might use the leftover greenery to cover up the metal bits. So I love this beautiful white flower. And I also love these so much. It's actually a waste, a shame of cutting them up, but I think it will just be so beautiful to have these colors in this beautiful spring wreath. So let's get going. Let's give it a try. Whilst I was adding the flowers, I realized I should just go ahead and invite some friends over, which I did the following week. And at the end of this video, you can see what their wreaths look like. I'm really happy. I'm actually so surprised. Like, if you would have asked me half an hour ago that it was going to turn out like this, I wouldn't have believed myself, to be honest. So I've got two different options. I have these ones, which I love the fact that it's like ribbon kind of material, but they're really big. So I'm not too sure. Maybe this could work as well. It does look quite cute. I mean, these are just so ideal, right? You can literally just stuck them through like this. Very subtle. I think I'll go for these ones. I mean, I might as well. Let's just stick all of them in. I don't know. What do we think? Do we like it with all the different colored eggs? We don't. Or I don't. They're so cute though. Okay, coming back to these ones. I really have to fast forward here because choosing the Easter eggs took me way longer than I want to admit. At the same time, I love this final stage because adding the Easter eggs really made the wreath look complete. Oh, and if you can see a scrunchie tied to the wreath, I did that earlier to keep track on what will be the top point of the wreath. Whew, I really feel warm now and definitely desperate for lunch. I did feel like such a sense of accomplishment, and because really like half an hour ago or an hour ago when I was doing the base and so much metal was visible, I was like, how is this ever going to turn out nicely? And I think the reason I've been quite quiet is because I just was able to get into such a nice flow. Yeah, so it's been a really nice experience. And I'm excited to maybe organize this for like a group of friends as well. I think it's time to say we're done. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I'm really pleased. And here's the final result. Now it was time to organize a small workshop for some friends. So I bought more flowers and prepared everything at our home. I was a bit hesitant at first to organize this event because after all, I'm not an expert by all means, but I figured that sometimes you only have to be one step ahead in order to teach something. I made a lot of snacks to keep everyone in high spirits, and it was such a lovely gathering and we all had so much fun. And seeing everyone's beautiful wreaths in the end really made this whole experience complete. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to subscribe and then hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye!